Oxygen is a French 2021 movie directed by Alexandra Aja, starring Melanie Laurent as Elizabeth, Matthew Almaric as the computer Milo, Malik Zidi as Leo Ferguson, a bunch of others. And it's basically a kind of like a sci-fi horror thriller movie of that follows the story of a woman who suddenly wakes up in a claustrophobic cryo sleep chamber that she has no idea why she is here or even who she is. Now, I wanted to talk about this movie because I was didn't really know what to expect going into this movie, but I was kind of surprised of just how much this movie affected me emotionally. I mean, I've seen movies for years now, and it gets rarer and rarer when I seem to see a movie that really hits me emotionally in like a really powerful way that actually lasts for a while, and this one did. I mean, it was the first thing that I took away from this movie. It's an incredibly nihilistic movie. It's just there's something about it that just makes you feel like really, it's really depressed of like why this is happening and all the things that she has to go through, and like she seems to have like all this hope, and every single moment it's like kind of ripped away from her. I also was really the production design for the actual chamber itself was actually really creepy. I didn't like looking at it. I mean, like, I didn't like that little sickly yellow thing that was like attached to her neck, and there was like this really creepy like rectangular light at like the end of like the chamber, like by her feet, and it like went red when something went wrong. And overall there was just something about the whole thing that was like really messed up to me, and really and just kind of affected me in a much more strong way than most of the movies I've seen of like the past in like 3 or 4 years. I guess also what didn't help was just how like cold and like emotionless and stoic the computer was. How it really didn't really do much of anything to help the woman, apart from wanting to give her like a sedative every like 5 to 10 minutes, which was very weird. And also she was talking to people on like the phone, and you start to realize that these people cannot be trusted, that they're being told by someone else to keep her in like a state of like ignorance about what's really going on, and they're like messing with her. Overall, just some pretty disturbing stuff like that. But overall, so yeah, it was hard to watch for me at times, and it did feel like it went longer than 1 hour and 40 minutes. It felt like it went over for like over 2 hours by the time it was finished. I will talk about spoilers in this movie because I feel like I kind of have to. So just the whole backstory about why she's there and of just how she got there is actually, it's pretty fucked up. I mean, it was like so she was this scientist who was like studying like genetics and like how to like copy herself as like a clone to put to like colonize like a distant planet. And it's kind of really it's really messed up when you think about it, because like that she basically cloned herself. I think what like the story was trying to get across is that she like injected like DNA into like a bunch of rats, and I don't know, then the rats were put in the cryosleep and they kind of like mutated and then grew into humans. And the idea of that alone just really kind of makes me sick, actually. It's really messed up, and just the whole idea that they would have just sent these clones out into space without them knowing who they were, who they came from, and that they weren't actually clones. I thought they were the original humans. And it was bleak, it was nihilistic, it was kind of depressing, but it was hopeful at the end. I mean, the end shows you that she did make it to the planet, and she was reunited with her husband, which was also another one of the 10,000 people that were like on this rotating ship. But at the same time, you don't know for sure, because it could just be like her imagination, for imagining things. She might not have survived it. And like at the end, she like negotiates with like the computer that she is gonna like take all the oxygen from all the other like thousands of pods, little by little, put it back into her, so she has enough oxygen to be revived at the end of like this long trip. So it's kind of selfish, but like at the same time she's just trying to save herself. I was a bit confused by that, but overall I think the one thing that really got to me was the production design. I don't like hospital like yellow, sickly yellow things that are on like people. I don't like creepy looking lights, creepy alarms. I didn't like that big twisted arm that came out that was trying to stab over like a lethal injection. The lethal injection scene was actually really scary too. Like you saw her like sort of going in, her trying to pull out all the needles, and overall it was just a messed up, desolate, nihilistic sci-fi film that I probably won't watch again, because it did scare me in like a way that very few other movies have. I haven't seen Buried, but I heard that one was really scary. But this was like a sci-fi, like futuristic take on that movie, and it was effective. And the music was also some really somber music in this movie. Very sad music, very lonely music, very nihilistic music. It just, overall, it was kind of an unpleasant watch for me, but yet it was still an effective movie. I would probably, I will recommend this movie to you if you're interested in like sci-fi and claustrophobic thrillers. But overall, that's my opinion on Oxygen. Hope you have enjoyed what I had to say about it. Thanks for supporting the channel, and as always, take care.